2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Utah, downtown Salt Lake City, Utah, the home of the Jazz, Energy Solutions Arena. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, this is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, welcoming you to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. The starting fives for our game. Here are tonight's starting lineups. And breaking down the game, let's take a look here at Eric Gordon.
And you know, one of his qualities that I think probably isn't talked about enough, guys, is his desire defensively. You never see him get caught up on a screen, constantly fighting over the top, trying to stay in the offensive player's chest. I love the way this guy plays.
And you know what? He's like a tank when he's coming down the lane. Lay into him as hard as you can. You're not going to be able to knock him off balance.
You look at the Pelicans, and they're one of the elite teams in first place in the Western Conference.
You know, right now for the Pelicans, they've been the story of the regular season in my mind, smashing expectations and really taking the league by storm.
Yeah, they've been impressive, no doubt about it. Among the league's best as we approach the postseason.
Last game in New Orleans, they picked up the win against the Denver Nuggets.
And if you look at their numbers in that game, what jumps out most is the balance offensively. They really spread the wealth.
And they were on fire in all areas. That was a very satisfying road win. The big story in New Orleans, guys, is the change of the name. From the Hornets, a name that came with the team when they relocated from Charlotte, to the brand new Pelicans. Now, Pelicans might not be the most intimidating name around the league, but it does have a nice and special connection to the city and state.
So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Well, Clark, and I really didn't know you knew this much about birds, but the brown pelican is indeed the state bird of Louisiana. Their numbers have rebounded dramatically after being hard hit by the Gulf spill. So a representation of the city's triumph, Steve, over great adversity.
Well, I'm happy it was something that is connected to the city. I'm talking about the name, the Pelicans, because remember, originally this team was known as the Jazz, and that made sense. Utah Jazz made no sense. New Orleans Hornets made no sense. New Orleans Pelicans make sense.
Pelicans shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting team, guys. I mean, you look at the numbers, impressive.
Oh, free throws good from Kaman.
Kaman gave up his old caveman look, guys, but he's still an intimidating presence in the post. Good size and strength and doesn't really get pushed around. Also excellent timing when it comes to shot blocking. I'll tell you what, they must do a better job of boxing this fella out than that.
No one between him and the hoop. You're right, Clark.
Yeah, putback slams are not what you want to be giving up if you're the defense.
Passes it to Q. Kaman a screen. Q, guarded by Cantor. Q passes to Gordon. And the layup's good off the glass. And Chris Kaman skilled offensively. Ambidextrous, finishing inside, and a good mid-range shooter.
Yeah, I think he's really good offensively. He's got a lot of skill. He's tough to handle. And the question mark with him is defensively. You know, his weak side rotations can be late. He's never really been, you know, a center that you kind of solidify your defense around.
Here's Q, dishes it to Davis, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Now here's Burke, guarded by Holiday. Lets it go with a 3. That's good from Burke on the assist by Burks. Burks got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I had a chance to talk with head coach Jacques Vaughn. He said that one player he's really wary of is Anthony Davis, adding he can impact the game in so many ways. Defense, shot blocking, rebounding, and scoring. He's still adding muscle, and we've got to capitalize on that strength advantage at both ends. Kevin, that's the MO for any young player. We'll see how he stands up to it.
Thank you, Doris. Clock at 4. Here's Q. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
Over to the left wing. It's up a three. Burke can't get it to go. Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to New York.
You hate losing the entire game because you fall apart in the fourth quarter like these guys did. They got way too comfortable with the lead way too early.
Yeah, I think they headed to the locker room a little bit too early in that one. You got to finish the game out strong. And when you leave the door open a little bit, anything can happen.
Pass to Jefferson. Wide open. It's hauled in by Gordon.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
And Davis gets it to go. Davis has got his second basket of the game.
Boy, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
Here's Burke. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against New York.
And a gigantic game for him at the free throw line. I mean, he was initiating contact and really hunting those whistles from the referees. Oh, man, he goes old school on us with the finger roll.
Pelicans leading by 5. Holiday, the pass to Q. Gordon kicks to Davis. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. First foul.
Yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, Kevin. Monty Williams was just going over the plan with his team. He told them that this game will be decided by their work on the offensive glass. He wants all 5 guys crashing the boards at that end of the floor. So still in the opening quarter, and already some adjustments being made. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. The shot's good from Q.
You know, passing the ball well on the perimeter has really opened things up offensively for this club.
Steve, it makes the game easy. I mean, 10 straight points off assist. That's impressive, but it's easy when you move the ball.
Now, here's Burke. He has 5. That's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession. Some teams live and die by the 3. Let's check out the best. Pelicans, number 1.
Now, the three-point shot has become probably the most important weapon in their arsenal. And look at the numbers. I mean, that's amazing.
Just 4 to shoot. And he gets it to go. Burke's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
So it's the Pelicans now, leading by 5. And it's blocked by Beatrice. Now, here's Burks. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New York. Shot's good by Williams.
Good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
For New Orleans, they've gone 6 of 9, shooting it well.
Trey Burke, the National College Player of the Year at Michigan last season. He led the Wolverines in points, assists, steals, and blocks even. And, of course, led them all the way to the NCAA championship game. He's basically a winner. That's what he is.
Outside Holiday, and he gets it to go. Holiday's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Oh, the rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little imprudent to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
Now, here's Burke. He's got 7. Rush's shot is off. And Burke declaring for the draft, Clark, after his sophomore season in Michigan.
Yeah, he was driven to be an outstanding player coming out of high school. A little under the radar as a high school player, but had a laser focus on developing and maximizing his ability. Spent 5 to 6 hours a day in the gym over the summers, and you've seen the fruit of that work. That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Pass to Q. There's the screen. And the pass to Smith. Soft touch off the glass. Smith's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
So nice to have a guy like that who can take charge at any time.
Yeah, so many of his passes, Steve, have led directly to baskets.
Rush gets the bucket.
I love his kind of mid to long range jump shot. It's a specialty of his, especially in catch and shoot situations.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He's a very skilled catch and shoot type of player. I mean, it adds a dangerous element to his game that he can make that jump shot.
Q. And another hit. Shot made once more from Smith. Smith's got 6 points.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Now, here's Burks, averaging 20 points per game. Feeds it to Burke. That's good. He's got 9.
You know, if you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would be ahead.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Holiday, the pass to Q. Kicks it out to Gordon. Passes it to Q. Into Smith. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Pelicans lead by 6.
Boy, has there been any defense played yet in this game?
Nope, this game has been all about rapid-fire offense early.
Here's Burke. And he banks in the layup. Burke's got 11 points.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Here's Q. No good on that last second attempt there. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Pelicans lead by 4. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Energy Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City.
Playoff spots hang in the balance. The New Orleans Pelicans take on LaMarcus Aldridge and the Portland Trail Blazers. It's the NBA next Sunday.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. To the inside. That's good from Burke on the assist from Enes Kanter. 13 points for Trey Burke. Pelicans leading by 14.
You know, you look at the flex offense that Utah utilizes, and it requires that players, one, be versatile and multi-skilled, but also that they have good basketball IQs. You need to be able to screen and read defenses effectively. And that's not easy, but it's certainly a good way to play if you've got the right people.
Alec Burks and Marvin Williams at the 2 and 3. Favors plays the 4 with Kanter at the 5. And it's Burke in at the point. That's the group right now for Utah. Utah's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And Clark, back to that flex offense you were talking about. Some players come into the league with the bad habit of standing around when they don't have the ball. Steve, that's not going to cut it in the flex.
No, it keeps you moving. It keeps the ball going. A lot of screening and cutting. It's a great offense, and it's difficult to cover. But I like what you said. It teaches the young players how to play as well.
Well, really a promising young roster for the Utah Jazz team, guys. A lot of blue-chip talent there. I think in a couple of years, this team has a chance to be one of the best in the West.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Heinrich passes to Q. Shoots from 12. Count the bucket. Q's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And you got to give this Utah front office a lot of credit. You're right, Clark. They've only missed the playoffs 5 times in the last 30 seasons. Steve, that is a remarkable run.
What I like about Utah, too, Kevin, is that they seem to stay ahead of the curve. They make moves while they still have leverage. Dealing Carlos Boozer, Kirilenko, Deron Williams. So they've done a good job of getting value, getting assets, and continuing to look ahead.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Hi, Kev. Well, Q in their last time out against the Nuggets delivered quite a performance. He ended with 25 points and seemed to be seeing the action in slow motion, piling up a huge amount of assists. It was a performance for the ages, and one that will have the whole league talking.
Appreciate it, Doris. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players, have a lot of great games, but that Clark was something special.
Kevin, it really was. I mean, they threw everything but the kitchen sink at him, and nothing slowed him down.
But let's just say he was really good.
They slowed down casting those triples here in the second.
I'd actually like to see them go back outside, Clark, because they had a good flow, a good pace here early on.
Davis dishes to Morrow. Pass to Q. Six to shoot. Burks with the double team. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Here's Q. Derek Favors with the rebound. Favors has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Burke kicks to Burks. From past the arc, and the Jazz, another 3.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
New Orleans leading by 12. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Davis takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Davis has got 8 points here in this quarter. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Now here's Burke, guarded by Heinrich. Burke can't get it to go. Gets it off, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so that's the end of the first half. Pelicans on top, leading by 14. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
So good to have you along on 2K Sports as the season nears its end. Let's check out what's going on. The New Orleans Pelicans have the lead against Utah. They look to continue their winning streak. Q putting on a clinic against Utah. He's got 11 points, and as usual, he's been handing out a lot of assists. And for the Jazz, they've been struggling a bit. They'd like to forget that first half. Coach has not been happy with what he's seen out there, and they'll likely come out with major adjustments. A terrific first half for Trey Burke. 13 points, and he's been able to provide some nice assists as well. That'll be it for the halftime report. The second half is coming right up. Hope to see you next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
A gorgeous view of Salt Lake City skyline as we get back to our game here. Really an incredible game from Burke.
A lot of assists for him before halftime, as usual. He's always looking for his teammates and getting them easy baskets when he can.
When a passing lane opens, he will thread the ball in there in an instant, and that's so important. On target and on time with the passes. He's really skilled at that.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So for New Orleans right now, backcourt, Holiday and Gordon. Anthony Davis is out there with Q, and it's Kaman in at the center position. Count the bucket. Favors has got 6 points.
Another good offensive possession for him. He's trying to shoulder the load here for his team.
Holiday, the pass to Q. And he gets it to go. 13 points in the game.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break gave him a second win. He looks fresh.
Here's Burke. 13 points in the game. Now the feed to Jefferson. And the layup's good off the glass.
A beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Pelicans leading by 14.
And what you like with Trey Burke, he really can do it all at the point guard position. Pass, shoot, he's very poised, under control, and a good leader as well.
No good from Q. And there's the foul. It's on Q. That's foul number 2 for him. Utah has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Dishes to Jefferson. He feeds it to Cantor. Burke kicks to Jefferson. Here's Favors. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, he's a fearsome defensive presence in the paint, a shot-blocking machine, and the intensity, the effort that he brings night in and night out is such a huge asset for his team.
And Steve, quite honestly, he is their muscle. I mean, the guy they rely on for some brute force when they need it is him. Finesse isn't the first word that comes to mind when you're talking about this guy.
And back to Burke at 6'1", not elite size or great athleticism, Clark, for the point guard position, some say.
But he makes up for that lack of size and athleticism with smarts and a desire to get better and a really excellent shooting stroke. So I think when you look at Burke, he's a guy that's going to continue to get better.
Uncovered, just 5 on the clock. Nice jump shot, good. Burke's got 15 points.
And they made 3 of their first 4 shots here to start this half.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Monty Williams address his team. He doesn't want them settling for outside shots anymore. He wants their points to come at the rim. Look for them to really start attacking that basket. The other thing he stressed was the need to be disciplined on offense. He asked for good ball movement and good shot selection. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Goes back up. Here's Q, and he uses the glass on the layup. 17 points in the game.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
2 on none. No one back to stop this. And the basket by Gordon.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Yeah, they're getting outclassed in the paint at both ends, really.
And here is Burke, 15 points in the game. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Jefferson against Gordon. Kicks to Burke. The 3. Pelicans with the rebound. Their last encounter was in New Orleans.
Now, the last meeting was a successful one. They were very sharp defensively, causing a lot of turnovers, and that swayed the game in their favor.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning, too.
But I'll tell you, the pass was even better. I mean, he put it on an absolute platter for him.
He kicks to Jefferson. Now the dish to Favors. The jump hook. It's rebounded by Q. What an easy win for him last time. As Steve mentioned, Clark, the turnover differential was a major factor.
Yeah, I call it disruptive in a word from the defensive standpoint. They were all over him the whole game.
Favors sets the pick for Burke. And stolen by Kaman. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Outside for Davis. Here's Q. And that one's good. Q's got 11 points here in just the second half. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Pelicans?
Their activity at the defensive end, Kevin, has been really impressive. Attacking and coming away with steals.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, I was able to listen in on what Jacques Vaughn was going over with his team. He told his guys that they have to improve their defensive rebounding, saying, quote, second chance points can kill us. We need to be more aggressive boxing out. And I think all his guys were in agreement. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
All right, Doris. And that one's good. First.
Yeah, he didn't have to slow down at all, guys. Just perfectly timed pass there.
Pelicans leading by 18. Holiday, the pass to Q. Off target from outside. Utah has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. They get it back. Shot's good. Burks has got 10 points in the game.
And you got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Doubled by Burke. Q passes to Kaman. Kaman a screen. to the right side. Look from Holiday. A second chance effort. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And a chance here to check out the all-time single-season leaders in assists per game. The Utah Jazz's John Stockton, the featured player.
Yeah, and Isaiah Thomas cracking that top 5. This is one of those stats where you have to credit the teammates, too. You got to have shooters and finishers to complete the play, and those two, of course, played on some great NBA teams.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Jody Meeks comes in for Eric Gordon, and Brian Roberts subbed in for Drew Holiday. Lucas kicks to Rush. Kept alive. Evans banked in off the glass.
That rebound and the follow kind of typify what he's all about. Just gritty, determined play.
The pass to Q. Right wing. Roberts dishes to Kaman. Shoots. Hits the jump hook. Kaman's got 12 points in the game. And Utah has possession. It's an 18-point game. On the wing, Williams. Defended by Kaman. Feeds to Rush. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. He's got 9.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Well, this season, a new mascot, new team colors, and a brand new state-of-the-art 50,000 square foot practice facility for the Pelicans. It's not just a new paint job, folks. This is a franchise doing some exciting stuff.
No coverage that time.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
And Marvin Williams picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
And the Pelicans making a change here. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
He's been so reliable again today, Kevin, and they need his points, and he's providing them.
Jazz trail by 15. And Clark, you mentioned the new colors for the Pelicans. No longer the purple, teal, and gold of the Hornets, but blue, gold, and red from the city flag of New Orleans. He looks pretty good.
It does look good. And remember the other connections. I mean, blue is featured on the Louisiana State flag. Gold, a Mardi Gras color, of course. You know, and then you think about the connection to the plumage of the brown pelican, which I've studied for years. And then, of course, red. I mean, the red represents... I have no idea what red represents, Kevin.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
And that is good. Rush has got 14.
Oh, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
Now the story is points in the paint, Clark. I mean, they're getting point-blank shots every time down.
Jefferson's checked in for Williams. We've got 22 seconds left here in the third quarter. Meeks passes to Q. That's good on the jump shot. Q's got 15 points in just the second half.
He is really putting his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
Evans kicks to Gobert. And stolen by Miller. Rush with the steal. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Pelicans lead by 15. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. And it has not been on just one occasion tonight that we've seen some excellent court vision from this man. State Farm assist to the game replay, featuring one of 11 tremendous assists on the game from Q.
And you're right, Kevin, about this performance here tonight. We've seen play after play of just beautiful passing skill. And I'll tell you what, when he's playing well, when he's really in a group, this offense is like a well-oiled machine.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Trey Burke and Alec Burks. Favors plays the 4 with Cantor at the 5. And it's Jefferson in at the 3 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. Burke dishes to Favors. Clock at 6. That's good.
They'll take as many of those looks as they can get.
Pelicans leading by 11. On the wing, Davis. He's covered by Favors. Q passes to Davis. Gordon kicks to Holiday. Hands it from downtown.
Boy, he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the defense.
Utah's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Passes to Burks. Now here's Cantor. He's covered closely. Burks dishes to Burke. 6 to shoot. Here's Favors. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip.
Well, and you know the fans out in Portland hoping for a win for their Trailblazers, that's for sure.
And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the New Orleans Pelicans. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour.
Tell you what, there'll be a lot of focus on that Oklahoma City contest.
Pelicans ended up being the name that New Orleans chose when it was all over. And I like the new look uniforms, but they had some other options as well that sounded pretty good to me. How about the brass? Because it gives nod to the music that New Orleans has popularized.
That one is off. Well, definitely a nice sounding name. Other options were the Swamp Dogs, the Bull Sharks, the Mosquitoes. Steve, all in all, you have to think they went the right way with the Pelicans.
I don't know. My personal favorite was the Rougarou. I don't even know what that means, but that was in the mix. Would have puzzled a lot of other people around the country besides me, but better than Mosquitoes, that's for sure. Pelicans was probably the right way to go.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, over the break, I listened in on Jacques Vaughn's huddle. He was not happy with their play to this point, telling them we're getting out hustled, plain and simple. There's still time, but we've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
Thanks, Doris.
Unstoppable offense from both teams. I love the pace this game has been played at.
So does everybody else in the building. This has been a fun one.
And stolen by Burke. And there's the foul. It's on Q. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Jazz trail by 8. Burke kicks to Burks. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And so it's New Orleans with it. Pelicans shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there. Here's Q. Good. Q's got 17 points here in the second half.
Virtually uncontested. It's nice to be able to add to the lead without really having to work for it.
Now here's Burks, defended by Gordon. The jump hook. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Favors.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
They're whistled for a blocking foul, and he'll head to the line.
Well, for those of you who've been sleeping or under a rock for the last few years, Anthony Davis, the #1 pick of the 2012 NBA draft, is 6'10" with a 7'6" wingspan. The all-time NCAA freshman record holder for blocks in the season and a potential superstar big man in the NBA.
And for Davis, outstanding in the NBA from day one.
Yeah, defensively an elite shot blocker and rebounder, and offensively very talented as a ball handler and finisher. He just needs to get stronger, and as he grows, as he matures, I think Davis will be a perennial all-star.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
Off his leg, and the ref saying he kicked it. And here are the Pelicans now. 22 is their biggest lead. The shot's good from Q.
All the buckets he's poured in today have put them in a terrific position heading into the stretch.
Jazz trail by 11. Right side Jefferson. All alone. And right on target with the swish. Jefferson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
And here comes the break. He dishes it to Burks. Pass to Burke. Picked his pocket. And here's the fast break. Here's Holiday. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Pelicans lead by 11.
Part of this interior collapse we've seen defensively is the reason they've struggled, and they're trailing by so much.
Here's Burke. Pass to Burks. Takes the three. Can't get it to go. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Q. He's covered by Favors. Here's Q. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for two. Q's got 32 points.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, Kevin, Monty Williams was just going over the plan with his team. Offensively, he wants them to work the ball around more than they have been. He told his guys they've rushed things far too much at that end of the court, and it's leading to sloppy possessions. He was no less emphatic with the second point he made, which was to close out on those perimeter shooters and prevent them from doing too much damage from long range. So Coach waiting until the final stages to pull a few tricks out of his sleeve. Kevin, let's see if he's made a wise decision.
Thanks, Doris. And there's the foul. It's on Q. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that 4th foul might force him to scale back the aggression defensively a little bit. He does not want to pick up number 5.
Cantor, the pass to Burke. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Q's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Left side, Davis. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
You know, he wants to tinker a little bit, and he's taking the time to do so right here.
Yeah, I think you're right. He just didn't like some of the things he saw out there, a bit uncomfortable, and wanted to talk it over.
Q, defended by Jefferson. Shot's good from Q.
He's just been the man since the start of this quarter. I mean, just a tremendous period of basketball for him.
Jazz trail by 17. 1:51 left to play in the final quarter. Cantor's shot is off. The Pelicans have gotten 7 of their 8 shots to fall here in the 4th. A tremendous offensive outburst. Back to Holiday. And there's the feed to Davis. Shot clock at 5. Here's Q. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, dominating performance for New Orleans.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And when you look at the season for these guys, they have amassed a lot of wins, 57, and adding in tonight, it'll make it 58.
And they took control of this season series matchup from the get-go, making every play they needed to en route to winning all 4 of their games this year against the Jazz.
You look at the stats and you see just how dominant a game this was for Q. And the way he rebounded here surely was a spark for the team. And I'll tell you what, he was securing everything that came off the iron.
1:06 left in the 4th quarter. Dishes it to Jefferson. Blocked. He feeds it to Burks. From the arc. Utah gets it back.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3 ball in the first half, still bageled in the second.
And that one's good. And the Pelicans lead by 21.
And a terrific run to really put this ball game away.
And now let's see how many more points they can throw up there before the horn sounds.
Stolen by Holiday. Pushing it up. Here's Gordon. Blocked.
And I think this is going to be too much to overcome, Clark. What do you think?
All the sand in the hourglass is gone, and I agree with you.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
And he makes the first. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Smith checked in for Kaman. Anderson comes in for Anthony Davis. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Gordon. And it's Heinrich in for Drew Holiday. Heinrich dishes to Smith. To the paint. And there's Ryan Anderson on the assist by Smith.
This is going to be a great game for them. No win on the road comes easy in the NBA. Nice performance.
Any player loves sending his own fans home happy. He loves even more sending opposing fans home miserable.
The open shot, Jefferson makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Here's Meeks. So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And
well, Anthony, certainly a great win here tonight. What was the key to what this team is doing right now when you guys are playing like this?
Yeah, we just got to play aggressive. And, we just did that in the second half. It started in the first quarter when we came out. Our offense was clicking, but most important, our defense was clicking. And then when you do that, it's hard to beat us.
Stay aggressive, Anthony. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Doris. And, folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, Q.
Greetings, passengers. The captain has informed me we're about to begin our descent into the Portland area. Please prepare for landing.